The night was unusually cold, and the street was covered in a thin layer of mist. The porch light flickered softly, revealing a small silhouette on the doorstep, a cat, trembling slightly, its fur wet from the evening dew. It was Leo, who had disappeared 2 days ago. His owner, Emily, had been out every night searching for him, calling his name through the quiet streets. Now, he was finally back, but he wasn't alone. In front of him, pressed against his side, stood a tiny fawn. Its thin legs quivered, and its big, dark eyes darted around in fear. The cat meowed loudly, scratching at the door, as if begging not for himself, but for the helpless creature beside him. When Emily opened the door, her eyes widened in disbelief. Leo let out another desperate cry and looked up at her, then back at the fawn, as if trying to explain everything at once. The little deer was shivering uncontrollably. "Oh, my God," Emily whispered, quickly scooping the fawn into her arms and rushing it inside. Leo followed closely behind, pacing anxiously around her feet. She laid the baby deer on a blanket near the fireplace. Its breathing was shallow, and its small body was ice-cold. Emily fetched a towel and gently began drying it off while Leo watched, his tail twitching nervously. Every time she stopped, he meowed insistently, urging her to continue. After a few minutes, the fawn blinked weakly and made a faint sound. Emily sighed in relief, tears filling her eyes. She glanced at her cat. "You found him, didn't you?" she said softly. "You brought him here." She had no idea how Leo had come across the little one. Maybe he had heard its cries somewhere in the forest behind their house, or maybe he simply couldn't ignore another creature in pain. But one thing was certain, he hadn't left its side. Emily stayed up all night tending to the fawn. Leo refused to move from the blanket, curling up beside the baby deer and keeping it warm with his body. When morning came, the fawn finally stood up on wobbly legs and nuzzled Leo's head. Days passed. Emily contacted a local wildlife rescue, and they came to take the fawn to a nearby rehabilitation center. When the rescuers carried it away, Leo followed them to the door and meowed softly, watching until the car disappeared down the road. That evening, Emily found him sitting by the window, staring into the forest, the same direction from which he had first appeared with his little friend. "Don't worry," she said, gently stroking his fur. "You saved him. He's going to be fine." Leo purred quietly, his eyes reflecting the warm glow of the setting sun. For a long moment, he stayed there, still as a guardian who had fulfilled his duty.